What is going on, everybody? It is 5:32 p.m. here in Florida. And how long was that go for launch on the screen there? I kind of lost track of time. I was looking up some t-shirts on Etsy. And here we are. I completely I wasn't following the countdown, but now I'm here. What's going on, guys? Topic of conversation is what's your favorite Star Wars trilogy? As most of you guys know, we never stay on topic here. We are always all over the place, which is a good thing. No, it wasn't 2 minutes. There's no way. There's no way it was there for that long. The go for launch? Like the countdown ended and then it says go for launch. If that's the case, that's crazy. I apologize. But what's going on, everybody? Good to see you, Mr. AGR and Mason and Commander. Mr. JJ, good to see you. Mr. St. Jake, as always. Some familiar faces. I see Pink Milk at the top of the chat there. Oscar. Bryson Flowers, Mortal. Welcome. What's on your mind? What do you want to talk about? It can be anything going on in the world, or with Star Wars, or video games, or movies. This can be a all over the place shoot the shit live stream if y'all want. Because I don't know what I'm doing here. The food's cooking in the oven. We're roasting a chicken tonight. And I decided, you know what? I'm going to hop on and say what's up. So, my favorite trilogy, as most of you guys know, is the prequels. Just kidding. No ill will. I just wanted to shock a few of you guys. It's the original trilogy. You guys have known that for 11 years since this damn channel has existed. The prequel or the original trilogy. I'm flubbing my words again. The original trilogy is my all-time favorite. It's what I grew up with. As you know, your favorite trilogy is probably the one that you grew up with when you were a kid. So we all have our favorites. We all have our least favorites. That's just the way it is. Some things will never change. But yeah, the OT. Grew up with it. I watched A New Hope way more than The Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi. For whatever reason, that's the movie that I gravitated towards the most. Love it through and through. But yeah. Anyway, you can't like episode 3 because I said so. Baggins, what's up, man? I like the memories I have of going to see that movie with my friends more than I like the movie itself. Daniel Bailey, thank you so much for the super chat and channel support. Daniel says, I mean the original, no question. I'm with you. There's something about it that sets itself apart. I think the sequel trilogy tries to capture the feeling, the fast-paced nature of the original trilogy. I think it tries to capture a lot of the spirit of the original trilogy, which is a good thing. A lot of it feels like an homage rather than being original ideas, right? But it does feel way more on par with what I grew up with the original trilogy. You know, the prequels are kind of its own thing, which isn't a bad thing, you know. But back in 1999, a lot of people, including myself, are like, what's going on here? But yeah, I'm with you, Daniel. There's something raw and practical. There's something beautiful about that OT, especially A New Hope. I love the movie magic that you can see in A New Hope. I love how you can see like stormtrooper armor that's just all messed up, like being held on by tape, you know? There's just something I love about the wonkiness of A New Hope. I don't know what it is. There's something tangible. Anyway, I appreciate that, man. And Alkin, thank you so much. Good to see you. Alkin says, gotta go with OT. Don't think it'll ever be beaten in the foreseeable future. I'm with you 100%. And you know, it's a shame to say, but it's kind of, maybe it's like, what's the word I'm looking for? You said you don't think it'll ever be beaten in the foreseeable future. I'm in agreement, and it's not because I don't think there's going to be maybe future trilogies or shows or anything like that that's on par or as good. I don't think that'll be the case. I mean, I think that will be the case eventually, but I don't think it'll ever be beaten just because, again, that's what I grew up with. That's what started it all. So there's that heavy nostalgia factor that goes into, you know, me loving that trilogy. And that also goes into the fact that I probably will never, I mean, I might love a movie in the future through and through, but that nostalgia factor, that love for what I grew up with, dictates the fact that probably nothing will ever beat that. You know what I mean? Maybe that's a shallow way to look at things, maybe, but it's almost like an unavoidable feeling. I don't know. I feel like I did a really bad job of putting that into words. Anyway, man, I appreciate that, Alkin. And the Lo-Fi Lounge. You have a channel? Is your channel the Lo-Fi Lounge? Sorry, guys. My throat is super scratchy. Let me take a quick sip. Yeah, Lo-Fi Lounge. I'll have to check out the channel if you do have a channel. I listen to, like, if I'm doing stuff around the house or if I'm working on a video. I always say, Alexa, play lo-fi hip-hop beats to study relax to playlist on Spotify. And maybe your Alexa just did it. But I love that stuff. Anyway, the Lo-Fi Lounge, thank you so much for the channel support. Lo-Fi says, I asked this girl if she wanted to come over and do some homework since we go to the same college, but I fell asleep for an hour, and now she's at her friend's house doing homework, so now I'm sad. It's all good, man. You know, my wife, we've been together for almost 15 years, I think. Yeah, almost 15 years. That's hard to believe. But the first date we were supposed to go on, I was working nights in the Navy, the night shift in the Navy at my squadron. So, like, when she came over to the house, our first date, or she called me and I didn't answer because I was asleep, and I missed our first date. And then the second date that we scheduled did the same thing. I was a sleepy boy working those night shifts, and I was sleeping like an idiot. And you know what she did? She said, fuck this. She should have said fuck you, but she said fuck this, and she got in her car and drove over to my house and rang the doorbell, woke me up, and then we went and saw a movie. So, yeah, don't worry about falling asleep, man. You got another opportunity. But, yeah, don't be sad. Just try to stay awake, I suppose. Moral of the story is you can fall asleep and almost miss 2 dates. And things sometimes work out. 15 years later, we're solid. But anyway, I appreciate that lo-fi. I'll have to check it. You're going to post some lo-fi. Nice, man. Yeah, I'll have to check out the channel. You know, I've always wanted to get into making that kind of stuff. I don't even know where to begin. And I have a feeling it would be like a fun hobby for a day. And I would realize quickly that other people do a way better job. But anyway, I appreciate that. Arlen Kundert, thank you so much. Arlen says, Thrawn trilogy is my favorite Star Wars trilogy. Nice. You know, I've only read Heir to the Empire, and that was years ago. I bought it. I still have that original copy. But I bought it at a book fair in middle school. And that's the last time that I read it. I mean, that was 25 years ago, probably. 25 years ago, I was 11 years old. So it's probably around that time. And that's the last time that I read it. I would love to jump and read that again, because my memory of it is so fuzzy. Most of what I remember from that book is maybe just common knowledge stuff that people who even haven't even read the book probably know, you know? But yeah, if you like that, I would definitely recommend checking out the new Thrawn book. I read the new Thrawn book. I think it's just called Thrawn, right? It's pretty good. Thrawn as a character is kind of like, people always throw around the term Mary Sue or whatever. Thrawn always felt like just the perfect tactician, just like through and through, just like perfect at everything. And he just, at a certain point, the character gets a little boring to me, just because of that fact, you know. Thrawn is like, he's good at everything. And, you know, if somebody has a problem with Rey because they think that she's good at everything, you should probably have a problem with Thrawn too, because he's like the ultimate, you know, perfect character. I don't know. Not in terms of like perfect character as in the, you know, just a well-written character and amazing. No, just like the character is just great at everything, you know. But anyway, Arlen, I appreciate that, man. Speaking of Star Wars books, I think my favorite Star Wars book is Bloodline. The one about Princess Leia. It's great. Anyway. Oscar Rodriguez, thank you so much for the super chat and channel support, man. It's always good to see you. Oscar says, what would you like to see in an episode 10? Oh, man. I mean, there's no doubt in my mind that episode 10 will eventually happen, you know. You know, let's say 20 years down the line, not even that long, but let's just say 20 years down the line when there's all new blood at Disney and you got a new president, you got new folks at Lucasfilm. Do you think they're going to be like, oh, 20 years ago they said the Skywalker saga's over, I guess we can't make an episode 10? No, that's not going to be the case at all. They're going to make it. But what would I like to see for an episode 10? Golly. I don't even know, man. Because every idea that I would come up with would probably be a rehash of shit that happened before, you know? I think it would be kind of neat to see... I don't know, like Rey having a small scale. I don't even know. I don't even know. I was gonna say like some kind of academy, but even that idea sounds boring to me because we've had that before, you know? I don't even know. And every idea that I have for like a bad guy. What if, oh, I don't even know. I was going to say, what if the New Republic or whatever government was built after episode 9 turned into like a tyrannical government, some ultimate police state. But then that's what the Empire was, right? So even that idea would be rehashed. I don't know. I really don't know, man. We've had civil wars. That's a really tough question. That's why I'm not a writer. I would just want it to be very different than what we've had before. I don't know. What do you guys think? What would you want to see in an episode 10? I think it would be fun to have something smaller in scale and scope. You know, something that isn't that isn't about a conflict that has ultimate consequences for the galaxy. I think it'd be a little more fun to follow like a small crew. But then it wouldn't feel like an episodic film maybe because there's not these grand scale consequences. But I don't know. Anyway, Oscar, I'll think about it, man. I appreciate that channel support. Oh my God. Can you hear my daughter? One sec, guys. I don't know why my daughter's been like such a terror lately. Just like, I don't understand it. She just like, do any of you guys have kids out there? Help me figure this out. When she gets like embarrassed, or when she anything, man, when she gets disciplined, and our discipline is like nothing. One sec.
Our local team plays and just announced an expansion to Jacksonville FL. USL Championship, second tier of US soccer. Soccer is headed your way. In 2025, lol. Football.
Josh, thank you so much, Mr. Josh Gonzalez. I appreciate that channel support this evening. One sec, man. Yeah, do you guys have... How old is she now? No kids. She's 4.5. She'll be 5 in April. And, like, people always talk about the terrible 2s. Dude, the terrible 4.5s. Holy shit, man. She was good at 2 years old. But she, like... If she gets embarrassed, or if we tell her not to do something, she'll, like, hit us. She'll throw some stuff at us. She just gets so mean. It's so weird, man. Like, you know, I've spanked her maybe once or twice in her 4.5 years of existence, and I instantly feel bad, you know. So that's not why. It's not like we spank her or anything. She just, I don't know if she knows how to control her emotions. So what she does is just like punch, kick, or bite, or throw shit at us. She's gotten like so mean, and it's so weird, and it's just like such a bummer. Like, I don't know. Hopefully it's a phase that'll pass quickly. But anyway, I just heard her run up here, like, and I heard my wife go, ow. So she either hit or bit her. I don't know what's going on with the child. Anyway. Josh Gonzalez, once again, thank you so much. Josh says, I know you aren't a soccer fan, but the league our local team plays in just announced an expansion to Jacksonville, Florida. USL Championship, second tier of US Soccer. I don't know what any of that means, my friend. Is headed your way in 2025. Nice. I know we have the Armada. Or does that still exist? Armada? Jacksonville. Armada. Okay, it still does exist. All right. I don't know anything about soccer. Like, it's a shame. It's funny to me, like, you know, the World Series. Yeah, it's only played in America. The Super Bowl is the biggest thing on planet Earth, and now it pales in comparison with the viewership of soccer around the world, or football rather, around the world. But yeah, it's a shame. Like, I never grew up playing it. I never grew up watching it. I don't know anything about soccer. I honestly don't even know the rules. I've never been to a soccer match. I've watched the World Cup maybe once or twice in my 36 years of existence on this planet. I would love to go to a match, I guess, at some point, Josh. But I feel like I would be so lost. I would feel like a European coming over here and watching American football. Like, what? Now they got to kick it through these two sticks to get what? Why is it 3 points? What? Huh? Why did they just get... What is a safety? I feel like I would be so lost, which is a shame. United Soccer League. Tier 1, MLS, Major League Soccer. Tier 2, USL Championship. Gotcha. Okay. All right. I'm sure a lot of people around here will be excited. I know some friends that when the Armada came and I don't know what football, Jacksonville Armada Football Club. I don't know. Are they National Premier Soccer League? I don't know anything about it. I know they kind of follow it and go to some games and stuff like that. But yeah, I'll be on the lookout. Anyway, I appreciate that, Josh. In fact, I'm going to Google it right now. Jacksonville Soccer. What is it? USL? Is that USL? Tebow-backed group brings USL soccer franchise to Jacksonville in 2025. All right, I'm going to keep this news story up. Oh, Tim Tebow is a part of it. Golly, man. Living in Jacksonville. I went to a whole bunch of Florida Gator games when Tebow was playing. And goodness, man. I don't know how college football is where you guys live, but down here, it's bigger. It's bigger than the NFL, I would say. I mean, people love the Jaguars. I like watching NFL more, but most people around here follow college more than the NFL, I would say. But anyway, I appreciate that, Josh. I'll read this later. And the Muddler, what's up, the Muddler? Long time no see, man. Hope you're doing well. The Muddler says, I'm surprised Disney hasn't made a show with the Imperials as the main focus. Yeah, it's always been an idea in my brain that it would be really cool to follow like a squad of stormtroopers. Oh, one sec. Yeah, I think that would be a really solid idea, Muddler. You know, I don't know. It's I love the Empire being this just faceless goon squad. I love them being just through and through cutthroat and evil, but at the same time a show that humanizes stormtroopers. And we see maybe the inner conflict of platoons or squads and stuff like that would be really interesting. You know, I think it's a solid idea. Going planet to planet, going on missions, even just like following the day-to-day of barracks activity would be really interesting, if done right, you know. Yeah, I think it'd be cool to humanize them in a way and not just make them through and through evil, you know. But yeah, I'm with you, Muddler. I think it'd be a cool idea. Maybe one day. But anyway, I appreciate it, man. I hope you're doing well. I'm back making videos and streaming, so stay tuned, my friend. Yoda Pagoda, good to see you. Member for 22 months, Mr. Yoda. Yoda says the original trilogy is the best. All others draw from it. Yeah, I mean, I love the original trilogy. It's my all-time favorite. I don't think it'll ever be beaten in my brain just because it's what I grew up with, you know? And something would have to be incredible, amazing to trump what I grew up with as a kid. That nostalgia factor is strong, right? And you're right, all others draw from it. A lot of Star Wars feels like an homage to what came before. So much of it feels like an homage to what came before. Some of it feels very unoriginal because it is a strong homage to what came before. Yeah, I'm with you. The original trilogy is the best. Well, I shouldn't say that. It's my favorite, but it's the best. Anyway, I appreciate that, and I appreciate the 22 months of being a fleet member, my friend. Hope you are doing well. I've been looking for different. I'm finally doing the other side of my office. Like if you watch my most recent video, you saw one side of my office. You know, it's basically done. It's been done for like a year. I love it. I love the look of it. But the other side of my office, where my computer is, it's been kind of bare, and I've only had like 2 small pictures on it. I'm making a big collage on this wall, and I finally kind of got an album up, and my buddy actually cross-stitched a really cool piece of art for me from an album cover. Yeah, I don't know if you guys are familiar with the band American Football, but if you scroll back on my Twitter feed, you'll see it. But I'm finally getting this side of my office done, this wall, or actually at least like looking into things to put up. And I've been looking for like some national park prints, and I'm gonna get like a replica of the Voyager Golden Record to go right above my computer monitor. I'm planning it out. So that I have like 18 tabs open on my browser, just full of random shit that I want to order or get printed, because I'm gonna print some photos that I've taken too and just kind of put them up there too. Big fun collage, but maybe, and then I'll do another office tour. I haven't done an office tour in years. But anyway, EvaCon and Mr. Oscar Rodriguez, thank you both so much. EvaCon? I'm going to say EvaCon. Maybe your name is Evan. Am I right about that? Or maybe it's EVCon. No, I'm going to say EvaCon. I'm going to say, oh, or is it EvilCon? Like, EvaCon. EvaCon. I don't know. I'm going to say EvaCon. Anyway, I dig your mustache too. I'm actually growing out a mustache. Fuck yeah, firefighter mustache. EvaCon, thank you so much, man. EvaCon says, has it really been 10 years of watching HelloGreedo this year? Time flies, hope you're well. Dude, if it's weird for you, trust me, it's triple weird for me, man. It doesn't make sense. I've been doing this for 11 years. I started this channel in 2011. Got out of the military. Didn't know what the hell to do. I was living off of deployment money for like 5 months. On deployment, you can save a shitload of money, and that's what I did. So I basically lived and did nothing for like 5 months until I got a job. But in the meantime, I started this channel. I was just like, I was watching Angry Video Game Nerd and stuff like that, and I was like, you know what? If they can do it, I can do it. I'm gonna make some videos about Star Wars. I have this Greedo mask. Special editions just came, or the Blu-rays just came out, and boom, 11 years later, I still love it. It's still fun, and I attribute that to me not ever feeling the need to pump out content. I've never felt this pressure to just put shit out for the sake of putting shit out. And also, the HelloGreedo YouTube channel has never been my main gig. And I've never wanted it to be my main gig. Like, whenever there was a period where I was in a job, and then I got another job, and maybe I was didn't have a job for a couple of weeks, I would just start making and doubling down on the channel. Boom, 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 making stuff. But then it started feeling like a job, rather than just being something fun that I do. So I've always had this, and then I dial it back. I dial it back because I don't want it to feel like a job. I want it to always feel like fun. So I've always had this healthy relationship over the past 11 years with the channel. For me at least, it's this delicate balancing act of putting stuff out, streaming, but not to the point where I don't want to. Does that make sense? Like, I can't, no disrespect to any other channels that put a shit out every single day. I've never wanted to do that. But I just can't imagine doing that, because I feel like I would just get sick of it, So for me, it's always been nice to have in my brain this healthy, delicate balancing act with the channel and other things, But yeah, it works for me. But anyway, yeah, it's weird, man. But I appreciate the hell out of that. And thanks for sticking around for 10 years. That's a long time, man. That's a long-ass time. Anyway, hope you're doing well. And once again, thank you for viewership all these years. Oscar Rodriguez, Bearded Emperor Oscar, and the Cosmic Nemesis, thank you so much. Oscar says, punishment for out-of-control kids, old man haircut. Dude, I have a daughter. If I gave my daughter an old man haircut, child services would be called. We don't know how to punish her. We sent her to time. Dude, I sent her to timeout like 6 months ago or so. And again, maybe I'm just a big dumb softy. I put her in timeout. I said timeout for 10 minutes. Because she was hitting me and biting and just, I mean, it was fucking crazy. She goes on these crazy tantrums. I was like, all right, timeout for 10 minutes. I'm going to set an Alexa timer. And like my wife just texted me, she's so mean. So she's probably throwing a tantrum downstairs. I just don't get it, man. It's wearing on us. But then if any of you guys are parents, I'm sure you've been there too. But like, I put her in timeout and I went and got the baby monitor because I'm not going to just put her in there and not be able to watch her. I got the baby monitor and I went downstairs and turned it on, and I just heard her saying, Dada, Dada, I love you so much. And I was like, all right, timeouts. I'm not gonna. No, I'm going up there. And I don't know what to do, man. I don't know what to do. What the hell is an old man haircut, Oscar? And also, like, a 4.5-year-old, even a boy, that's like their punishment is an old man haircut. First of all, I think that's kind of fucked up. Your haircut is to have your punishment is to have some shitty haircut. I think that's kind of fucked. But, I can't even, like a 4.5-year-old, that is their punishment. I don't even think they would care. There's no I gotta look good factor. They don't care, right? You can shave their head bald. You can give them like a rat tail. I don't think they give a shit. That's funny, man. I've never heard that as a punishment. Anyway, I appreciate that, man. And Mr. Bearded Emperor says, the first Star Wars movie I saw in the theaters was The Force Awakens. Although I grew up with the prequels, the sequels is my favorite, though. Lots of nostalgia there. Oh, for sure. I like the sequels overall better than the prequels. Just because of The Force Awakens and The Last Jedi. The Rise of Skywalker can just like fuck off to the sun for all I care. Yeah, when The Force Awakens came out, I heard so many people say that was their first Star Wars movie in the theater, which is pretty cool. It's a fun one to go see. Especially like the beginning of a new trilogy where the hype is so big and you're riding this wave of excitement with everybody else, you know? Hell yeah, man. There is lots of nostalgia there. And I think that maybe is to its detriment, especially with The Force Awakens and The Rise of Skywalker. So much of it feels like an homage. So much of it feels like kind of rehashed ideas or things that we've seen before. Or, maybe that's just me. But the nostalgia, I usually love... I'm not a big fan of, like, overt nostalgia for the sake of nostalgia. Like The Force Awakens when... I don't know, some fan service is very cheap, But if it's done tastefully, then the nostalgia factor can just feel like a nice warm blanket, But anyway, I appreciate that, Bearded. And hopefully we get to see some more Star Wars movies in the theater in the not too distant future, right? I don't know if Rogue Squadron is still happening, but I was super excited for that. I don't know. We'll see. And Oscar Rodriguez, Cosmic, and Vince. What's up, Vince? Oscar says, I feel great writing the last chapter of my first story. Even though the characters aren't mine, I feel accomplished that it's the length of a novella. Nice, man. It is an accomplishment. You just reminded me of something. Like 6 years ago, let me see, book. Fiction. The Homonym Project. I started writing a fiction book in 2016. It's like a sci-fi book. I'm looking at the Word document right now. I only have 10 pages, but I was like, I sat down and I started writing something, and I was like, oh, this is pretty good. I like this. Whenever I look at this, it makes me want to kind of revisit it or actually try to write something. But yeah, that's exciting, man. That's a very, it's a good feeling to work on something, and even if it's just for yourself, you know, I'm sure people, I guess you can consider that fan fiction, but I'm sure people that write fan fiction sit back and just kind of, I mean, dude, even just writing something is an accomplishment in itself. When is the last time somebody, or the majority of people never sit down and like write creatively? It's a really great exercise. To sit down and I'm actually writing something for my daughter. I'm writing, my goal is to have a few hundred pages written by the time she's 18. I don't know, I have like 20 pages written so far. You know, just life events, going on, my opinion of, not my opinion, but like, some tips and tricks to life. Take it or leave it, you know, what I think of her, when she was born, just so that's kind of what I'm working on, you know, from time to time. I bring my laptop to the firehouse, and like after dinner, sometimes I'll pull it out and write a page. But that's kind of my goal by the time she's 18 to have maybe 200 pages written, get it printed out as a book, and give it to her in her time capsule, you know. But yeah, writing like that is a great exercise. It's makes you, as you said, it makes you feel accomplished. So stick to it, man. It's all building to something, right? It's all practice. It's all practice. But anyway, I appreciate that, man. And the Cosmic Nemesis and Vince, thank you so much. Cosmic says the sequel trilogy, though I mostly enjoy it, feels like an afterthought. Sorry, guys. Let me take a quick sip. Cosmic says, feels like an afterthought. Do you agree? And if so, how would you make it feel more purposeful? I'm a big fan of The Force Awakens and The Last Jedi. As I said, The Rise of Skywalker can fuck off to the sun for all I care. I think the final chapter of The Rise of Skywalker kind of kills that trilogy for me. I enjoy it for the most part, but, you know, when a third of it is just, you have zero desire to ever watch it again and you feel like unfulfilled and incomplete, it does lose its purpose, right? I would never claim to like have a better idea than what they came up with. I'm not a creative person like that. But I would have loved there's some definite things that I would change, you know, there not being a Palpatine back. I think that's a stupid idea. It's boring. It's uncreative. Rey being a nobody is way more of a fascinating idea than her being a Palpatine. I just think that's goofy as hell. And Kylo Ren being a big bad and not having a redemption arc and just remaining. You would have this person who is nobody from nowhere rising to the occasion and becoming something, and you would also have somebody who is from a powerful lineage with a powerful name failing and turning into something that is embarrassing, turning into something that sullies the family name, you know. So it would be an interesting look at how, you know, your lineage doesn't really matter either way. I think that would be really purposeful and an interesting take on things. But hey, history is written. We'll never get that. But yeah. I'm torn about the trilogy, which is fine. You're not gonna like everything, right? You shouldn't expect to like every piece of Star Wars. I mean, then you're just setting yourself up for disappointment, right? Don't tell me I'm getting a cough, man. I'm around sick people so often, you know, going into people's homes with the EMT squad and firefighters and stuff like that. And then my daughter's in school, so she's bringing home all sorts of shit. But don't tell me I'm getting sick. I'm not in the mood. Anyway, I appreciate that, Cosmic. Vince and AGR, thank you so much for coming in with the final super chat. And channel support. Vince says, a line I love from 77 when Luke is pointing out the garbage monster and Han just goes, what? Just the way he sees it. Can't stay. Have a good one. Take it easy, man. Han Solo is my favorite Star Wars character. It's not because he's very deep or anything, especially in A New Hope. He's my favorite. He's just he's sarcastic and he's kind of a cocky asshole. Lines like that, just I love it. Absolutely love it. I absolutely love it. Harrison Ford's delivery as Han Solo on so many occasions is just perfect. It's just perfect. But anyway, Vince, have a good one, man. Get some dinner. And AGR, thank you for coming in with a final super chat and channel support of this stream. AGR says, the original trilogy... where is it? The original trilogy will always be my favorite. First time I watched Star Wars was off of my neighbor's 1995 VHS version before the special edition changes. Hell, I still have that that 1995 box set of the original trilogy right in my desk drawer, right to my right. Top right drawer, the unaltered 1995 VHS box set. It's a beautiful thing. Yeah, I used to, growing up, I used to go to my buddy Alex's house, and him and my buddy Kyle, they'd come over, and this was when I lived in Atlanta. I was probably, I don't know, 8 to 11 years old in that time frame, being like 8 years old to 11 years old. And, you know, we had them on recorded VHS tapes from like TV broadcasts and stuff like that. And we would watch them all the time. All the time. We'd watch Star Wars all the time. Me and my buddies, me and my friends when growing up. And fond memories for sure. That original trilogy. And, I'm sure the kids who grew up doing the same thing with the prequels, or now the sequels, you know, watching those movies with their friends late at night at the 8, 9, 10 years old. I'm sure they feel the same way about those trilogies as I do with the original trilogy. So... those fond memories, popping in that VHS, that DVD, that Blu-ray, whatever, or now clicking a button and watching on Disney Plus. You know, watching those memories or watching those movies and building those memories with your friends is going to have such an impact on what you love when you're older. You know, that nostalgia factor, for sure. But Mr. AGR, cheers, man. That 1990. In fact, before I go. Oh, wait. I lied. It's not in there. It's in the other drawer behind me. It's in the other drawer behind me. Let me just look it up, because I'm a little too lazy right now to get up and get it. 1995 Star Wars VHS box set. And I'm going to read the blurb on the back. If I can find a... Okay. The little blurb on the back. I'll read this, and then I gotta get off, and we're gonna go eat some dinner. On the back of the 1995 Star Wars box set, this is the last release of the unaltered versions before the special editions came out. All right. It says, it's a George Lucas quote. It says, sorry guys, that was probably really loud. George Lucas quote. It says, "The appeal of Star Wars has gone beyond anything I could have ever imagined. I am pleased that for the final video release of Star Wars in its original version, we can present it with the best sound and picture quality yet available, thanks to THX digital mastering. In the years to come, I hope you, your children, and your children's children will enjoy not only this trilogy, but also the adventures yet to come in the continually unfolding Star Wars universe. And with that, it's dinner time. All right, guys. To everybody who supported the channel tonight, I appreciate the hell out of it. You will never know how much I appreciate it. To everybody who just shot the shit in chat, thanks for hanging out, man. All right, I gotta go and I don't know, have some cough syrup. I'm getting a cough, man. That's a bummer. All right, enjoy the rest of your morning, your afternoon, your evening, wherever you are on planet Earth. And I will catch you all on the crap, man. I am getting a cough. Anyway, all right, have a good one, guys. I don't know when I'm gonna stream next, but I'll see you when I do. Later.